No, don't shut up. Yeah, hello, any person. Yeah, okay.
Hey, bye, he said, yeah, you won. Hey, bye, when you're there, don't tell the female, yeah, we went to get her uniform back.
Yeah, 100% yes, do guys do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Vang female cryptic zombie. Yeah, Eliza's still there, normal. Nataline is there somewhere in Eau Claire in jail, armless. And then Nadine's became a cryptic ghost. Yeah, okay. And right there, Pi, you guarded two of those evil white spirits. Yeah, those are not generic. Yeah, those are not generic. The fucking female over there when it took you some time to kill her, Pi. Even 6 million years her came back and you murdered her. Yeah, that's true. That is a full ghoul female spirit. It was that time when your powers turn off, you knew it. That fucking bitch nailed you. Yeah, yo, good. And then it knows your spinal cord, DNA, nervous system. 2083, Pi, when you're flying around in chemical, you'll find out what the fucking kid thought about you, Pi. Him as a fool. Yeah, him as a fool. 2058, Pi's gold wakes up here on Earth real. Donovan committed suicide because no alien spirit or demon, animal demon in saucers up there in outer space loves him. That's true. And right there, Pi, your rake appears in the blue skies, granted you. And then right there, you begin to, yeah, you begin, Pi.
I got it, the fucking little pretend thing in the Middle East.
Yeah, 100% as we did. The fucking garbage absolutely think that they outsmart the foresight of Starva. Pi is actually the sixth generation, yeah. That kind of technology, alloy, and God has been theft from because him married Egyptian and all that technology origins are Aztec. That's true. The white parents left it, the spirit took it, and then re-granted you. You as the last symbol from Foresight of Star. That's true. The garbage lies, Pi. 2083, when you cut open his nation, and then him didn't quit. I told him, yeah, him dies. And then right there, you're not happy, woman. Did you see 4 trillion saucers gone in 18 minutes from the Middle East? Where, yeah, I butchered your fucking white gods and goddess right there. At Paisan right there, the demon fleas, yeah. Paul got the rest of the horn demons and the betraying animal demons, yeah, 100% as we did, yes we do. Yeah, that's the last from Pi civilization, yeah, of Old English, that's true. Pi not give a fuck about you. You was technically those evil pirates that Yalka that Pi didn't want in Pi Space Station. And right there, Pi, 4 hours of her dying in London, her realized it. That fucking goddess in the Temple of Ra. Pi will murder her, yeah. You'll see her missing, yeah, in one of the events 100 years from now. That's true, a few 100 years. And then right there, you knew it. That was the only white Egyptian goddess that kept coming back down. Everything went straight to the Asian space countries and dwelled in theft space there. That's true. Pi, when you're there, 2 hours of you cutting up the fucking Middle Eastern pirates and scum, the fucking garbage. Thought Pi was funny. 8 Egyptians laughed and said you wanted to fight Foresight or Starva. You was a nut, Yalka. He is as powerful as those bone gods from Aztec. And on his symbol, graffiti symbol, you'll see it's a skull. Pi, it's a skull.
If I did 28 hours, you actually dodged him 8 million times.
That's correct, Yalka.
The garbage made fun of you, didn't get it. All war gods have supercharger metal in the throat area.
That's true. They gain new decks immediately from any human god that flies around. And Pi, when you're there, you proved it. 2 hours of that fucking Palestinian fucking crap fucking with you came right out. Pi gutted it. Yeah, 100% we did. Yes, we do. 2 hours of him weeping in the middle is, and he says, I can't believe it. Our civilization's DNA is crap. That's correct. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, buddy, when you're there, 4 hours of the fucking Chinese gods laughing, them took off, and then the Indonesia's been beheaded by him.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, that's not real Indonesian yet, y'all. Real Indonesian, they have a level 3 supercharger. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Those are not full of it. Those are 700,000 years old, kid. Yeah, y'all could. The 2025 year today. And Pi, when you're there, those are the original wheels. Right after you fought those fuckers, Pi, Pi, when fighting them, about 25,000 to 50,000 per second. Yeah, they're super fast. Yeah, they're super fast. Right there, he says, Pi, you're fucking right. We are the fucking dogs that lied to you. That's true. That's right. Y'all good. And he says, why you didn't give a fuck? Because Pi lied. Pi murdered Blue Hazel Eye 700 trillion to 900 trillion per second for 4 days. Real, yeah, real. Before the supercharger in the throat, yeah, another human god matched Pi, and then Pi died down like any other human war god. That's true. And right there, yep, you slow down and then you fly out of there. Yeah, you fly. Yeah, that's correct. The garbage didn't believe you, Pi. 48 seconds of war with you, and he quit. He said, "There's no point. Pi's as powerful as that fucking New Zealand African Egyptian god." That's correct. Yep, who crushed his left arm. And right there, the fucking garbage flee, and he was whipped by you and 20 Egyptians. By yeah, normal. Yeah, normal. The power the Pi. Call your one Egypt slow speed and you didn't give a fuck. You did it, but you was not Egyptian. You was Hmong. Yeah, Pi Hmong. That's correct. The garbage made fun of you. You ended his mom, and then 9 hours later, him knew it. His dad butchered him. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And boys, you see that? The garbage thought he was faster than you. His dad says, "No, you're only a stupid level 4. A green hazel eye type Pi defeated the blue hazel eye, and it was 9 million years by the graphic scene. 2 Egyptians brought down the original silver eye, the blue eye, and said, "There, that's your supercharger. 2 levels higher than Pi." Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. That's why Pi didn't tell you, yeah, such blue hazel Persian war gods. Yeah, y'all good. Pi said, it is not talked about, but afterwards, Pi flew around the other planet 4 million times and straight to Wisconsin because Pi knew it. Pi deleted all the fucking badasses from Egypt, and then there's no more war gods who will verse Pi on Earth. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Pi, best scene. He thought Pi was fairy tale. Pi, you pull out the green swords. Yep, your UFO alien technology pours out the green sword alloy and you light it up green. Yeah, green ray. Pi successfully is successful. 4 fucking hours of 2 bullshit gods coming clean on YouTube. That's all we know. We're survivors from that space station. Well, fuck you. You're fucking animals that theft from my Malaysian 4-headed King Cobra God nations. And we do murder. Yeah, we do murder you. We do end you. And right there, you won, Pi. The fucking animal that lied to them are the horns. And then the other horns theft from Pi, the 3-head too. Yeah, Pi's a 3-head too. Those are dealt with by the Vang Demon. That's true. Pi murdered some of their relatives right there who are related to them. That's true. Yeah, and they spoke out of Pi too. That's true. Kid, you don't understand because them are pirates. Yeah, them are pirates. Later on, it was 2053. Those demons who are with you are forgiven. Status cleared. Accurate. Known as holy good European demons. Parents again. Parent figures again. Normal. And Pi, you're smart. 2083. The wing type will have an hindered you. The garbage thought Pi was funny. 5 hours. Pi deleted his mom. Yeah, that's true. I saw 2 hours of him dying, and then Pi told him, yeah, he was in a war god of any sort. Yaku. Pi has the last strand of DNA from 4-sided star. Accurate. Pi, you see that? The fucking garbage committed suicide right there in her car. It says, Paisa, there's no way in hell that those monsters will bow down, but you did it right. Yeah, 100% we do. Yes, we did. You begin by deleting their cryptics and ghoul spirits. By yeah, 100% yes, we did. Yes, we do. And right there, Vang Spirit's on it. Vang Spirit's not broke yet. Pi's gonna set up another space station on Mars. And right there, Pi is infinity up there in black space. That's true. Paisa, later on, yeah, you protect your space stations too, but later on, Pi, it was you that the only survivor from Earth, that European demon parents. Yep. Vouch for, yeah, Greenland, yes, do. Yeah. Because we can't provide for any other humans because they're human, yeah, Yaku, and them are not powerful. Right there, Pi, you passed, you fought Egyptian gods, and right when you fought those New Zealand Africans, yeah, you butchered them. It was there, Pi. You saw Had at speed, yeah. If you verse Had it, there's only 1-1, yeah, 1-1. Pi is a bit slower than Had it, yeah, but a few hours and then Pi matches decks, yeah, that's true. The metal react and then you bend and then you shout and you match Pi. But right afterwards, yep, you cut them up in hyper collision mode for about 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours meshing decks. That's when your assault stance cut right past him, right through him. And Pi, your magic metal alloy able to, but right afterwards, it was not to the point where him thought Pi was deadly. Yeah, but him came back down and died. 5-sided star was not funny. Pi, 50,000 years of war with you. Every time you went in there, You cut them up for at leleast 1 hour. Yeah, that's true. The other Indonesian and Thai gods bend and they verse him. And right there, yep, them corner turn him to a room, a building, and them ended him. Yep, them have enzyme metals on their hands. That's true. That is old, ancient Greece Aztec metal. And then that is equivalent to your Aztec metal enzyme. And right there, they lie. Yeah, they lie. Has poison ray at a lower grade level. And right there, they lie by. They wrote Paisan and had it are the truth. The fucking wimp that thought they can fight royalties. That in a few hundred years match you, you dies. Yeah, you dies. 2083 pi. When you fought the ties pi, you're super fast. But if you're stupid enough to stay there for 5 years, yep, they match. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, pi's out of there within a year. Yeah, that's true. Yep, I never dare sit there for 5 years, monster. You'll die. Yeah, you'll die. Yeah, you'll die. Their magic, skinny lecture will catch up. Yeah, that's true. They'll catch up, and then they have a catch mode. Yeah, it collects the data, the molecule data, until they're able to, and they bend, and right there, 2 hours. The fucking faggot didn't believe you. Was chopped up after 8 years by those are not regular 20s, they're optimized 20s, Astro. The optimized 20s are pretty cool. What we don't tell you in reality, are they deadly? No. Because if it wasn't for pi, then one of them would have been extinct, Astro. Because their metal works, but when their skin is not the correct speed, them are fragile, Astro. Only a few minutes to a few seconds, them are gone. And it was 2 hours pi after their catch armor alloy molecule kicks in, then they're able to Astro. And Paisan, you fought with three for 8 years and then they're able to. And then you was not amazed by it. It was his son that tried that on you. And then you butchered them Astro. Yeah, that's true. Takes two of Pai's sons to do 50,000 and then they have 50,000 gone per second. Pi about 20,000 per second. Pi said, it was terrifying fighting you. Pi says, you an old ally of mine, how dare you? And Pi wrote me a King Cobra too, Yaku. How dare you, a fake King Cobra? Nothing but a citizen, that's true. Try to overtake our kingdoms up there, that's true. No royal symbol, that's correct. And Pi right there, it was you winning, and then the ties cut up the fucking pretend Indonesian citizen, yeah, that's true. And that's what you get for pretending to be royalty female, yeah, that's correct. And Pi, you see that? The four heads of the three-head Cobra nations are you, Pi, yeah, that's true. Pi is the final mixture. Pi didn't tell you, woman. In reality, is Pi the nicest? No, the originals are nicer, but them are not able to do the work in service. Pi did the job. Yeah, Pi get it done, that's true. It was there. He says, goes on, Pi Pay. You should have met Pi's other King Cobras, yep. A few they are still there, and they are the real royalties from three heads. Yeah, three heads. Those are hygienic human gods. They speak full Hmong. They know immediately norms and ethics, and they look and they judge. And right there they wrote, "What the fuck?" And he cut open 20 of those Indonesians. Yeah, normal. And Paisa, those are the real royalties too. Yeah, that's true. And right when you kept cutting them up, you murdered them. You laughed and you said, "If you have no more grandpa that can rebuild your kingdom, grandpa with the dragon tail or hawk, then you dies. You was nothing." You was nothing anymore then, yeah, Yaku. And then Pai told you, you was a liar to your citizens then, yeah. You was a dweller and a survivor, and then you died still as true. Right there, Pai, when you finished them off, you laughed. And then you wrote that as that. And Pai said, you see that? 4 million years, he thought, what the heck, Pai made 80 new space stations, that's true, yeah. Right there, Pai's white demons are dead free, yeah, that's correct, yeah, vein demons are dead free, yes, that's true. Graphic scene by Grandpa wants 3 million more. I said, wait, yeah, good. Eventually, every demon gets about 9 trillion space stations. Yeah, plus, yeah, that's true. Pi's lowest grade cryptic ghoul spirit gets 9 trillion. Yeah, that's true. I made fun of you, kid. You don't even see Pi's a royalty. Yeah, Pi's nations never dies. That's true. And Pi was you and 12 others, Pi. Your white nation somehow became equivalent to Latin. Yeah, Latin. And then them are lucky. Yeah, them are lucky. Them still have the symbol from the Cambodian. And later on, it was there, Pi. She flew down. She says, is this his symbol? And then you knew, Pi Alka. It was 2083, the graphic scene with you, Pi. You cut open the goetic, yeah, all goetic demons out. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Because Pi murdered them. Hey, Pi, you say 53 legendary you, Pi, me coming down. Yeah, hurry up, my horn demons, yeah, Vang demons. Need to clear your status and ears, reputation, and eyeballs. Yes, yes, do. And name. Right there, they're happy. But later on, Pi, 5 fights with you. The rare labs and summons you edition. Yeah, normal green layers do 100%. He says, you think I'm a fool? Pi is the only reason why Earth is alive. Yeah, that's true. Every other nation's been butchered. Yeah, y'all could. And Pi say, 9 trillion years, he says, what good are war weapons when we have Enzyme? Yeah, Enzyme is key. Yeah, is key. Don't cry, kid. Pi did it right. And Paisa, your knights look good. Yeah, knights look good. Your cyborg, your alien android unit kids look good. Yeah, y'all good. Your implants for the human immortals look good. Yeah, that's true. They're part android yet they'll never die. The funny thing is, by 4 hours of fighting one of your humanoid androids, the fucking idiot took off weeping. Knew it. Those are deadly, yeah, deadly. And Paisa, right there, yep, those are the last generations, yeah, yeah, those are the true heroes, yeah, the common riders, yeah, pretty much, yeah. They look like bat armor knights. Juggernaut mode, yeah, they all look same, yeah, that's true. And right there, they look good. Hey, be careful, Pi. 2 hours of you not thrilled with the third edition. He kept going to demons and was found missing. Pi, yeah, that's fine, yeah. Still killable if you're that stupid, yeah, that's true. Because gods and demons know how to identify your retina DNA and your spinal cord metal DNA. That's true. And boys, you see that? The garbage didn't listen to you. Ended up 48 hours missing. I had no armor being latest to. And them didn't get it. The very powerful ones, it takes about 300 years to evolve into an immune knight. Yeah, that's true. And the garbage didn't believe you, Pi? Look at his face, Pi. Missing on the internet. Yeah, great latest to. He thought he was such a knight, Pi wrote. The first faggots who imitated Pi's story, yeah, them will be there with their bootleg knights, but them are mortal, yeah, them are organic. Later on, Pi, your knights are not organic, they're android. Even if a god melts it, it can beam out again, and in metal it fights Pi. Yeah, that's true. Right there, the fucking idiot committed suicide. Right there in China. He says, there is no way you can fight Pi. Pi is lying to you. When Pi morphed to a new deck, said the metal is then, yeah, regen and evolved, and then hardened, and the new dex is achieved. Yeah, that's true. New speeds. Pi Infinity, yeah. 3 hours of him lying to you. He says ours is not this level lock, and Pi wrote bullshit. It's level lock. Yeah, it's level lock. Pi check most of your demonic alloy compound. They're stuck at level 6 or level 13. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, those are pretty slow, but yeah, they do the work. Yeah, they do the work. Basically, just say, had a dozen, had a thing, yeah, had a thing. In reality, would you want to fight a bat armor knight, a bat knight from Kratos? No, you would not, because his demonic metal and synthetic flesh armor, that kind of crap alloy, yeah, that is pretty fast. Yeah, it's pretty fast. They reach new decks too. Yeah, they reach new speeds. Pi, have you seen the fucking crap that they thought was theirs turn out to be old bat demons? Pi. Yep, that's true. The black form, the black fluids that react to metal and electricity, and then the magnets are all bat origin DNA. That's true. The kid didn't believe you, Pi. Him committed suicide when he learned that was because it's been sealed. Yeah, it's been sealed. It was struck so fast by human gods that it melted and then its chemical malfunction. Yeah, that's true. Pi, when you're there, 4 idiots are told by Egypt that you, Pi, you is the only survivor. The graphic scene when you enter the white mom, don't tell her, Pi, yeah, 100% as we do, as we did. Because Pi not wants you. Yaku. I noticed those schools over there are your white people's origins. Yaku. Of course you sold your men out and you went up there to dress in gold. Yeah, that's true. Hi, have you ever seen stupid white bitches that did that? That is norm too, because them are broke. The garbage didn't believe you. Committed suicide right there in the Middle East, knowing that's what they did to Green Hazel Eye, real, yeah, Crescent Moon.
If I say you won, this is that 2,400 liars are you, but because right there, the woman committed suicide on YouTube.
Normal green ladies do.
There's that one, what is there to life female? Pi's a war god, Pi's Titanic. We're all mad because of our luck level and then normal.
Yeah, normal. Wealth and everything. Yeah, that's right. Pagod just on in Taishwana, Daituitua, and then the other cried, Payat. I don't care. Yeah, Pi not love you. Pi suffered tremendous on earth. Yeah, Yaku. And right there, Pi, you made it big. Yeah, big. 58. Pi began murdering people. Yeah. And then the story is 58 Pi murdered people in Pi City, and city of Eau Claire is full of ghoul spirits that do not enter. Every other city and state is normal. Yeah, that's true. And right there, Pi, you went off. The government said nothing. Yeah, that's like a natural disaster. You see a dragon, a fucking viper demon. You do not approach it. They'll kill you. They'll kill you. That's true. The Pi did it, but 20 hours later, the government rolled fair because Pi's a human god. Pi not want you to leave the area. That's true. Hey, Pi, 2058 Pi successful. It was just that 9 hours. The president thought Pi was a joke. Pi ended the president right there in the White House, and then Pi shouted, "Who's me?" Yes, me, the New World Order. Yes, you dies. This is not fairy tale, but me not want you. You dies. White nations and black nations real. Right there, good ball. Don't look in the 9 hours he took off weeping in the Middle East. He knew it. Everything about Egypt. Yeah, y'all could. Nothing but evil. Y'all could. Like I'm just it. Told on it. What kid get told on the ball to go when he look one. Yeah, that's true. And that's that. And by using when you're there, your children are still using their stupid currency government system normally. Yeah, that's true. That will last about 2,500, around 240, 2,040, 100-ish, and then it's over. Pi, yeah, money is over. Green Lands there. And the gimmick's over. Yeah, Pi's enough human night technology.
And it near 2,700 Pi.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true. That's when the spirits take a break and the human night immortals from Pi's DNA takes over. And right there, they're immortals, woman. Yaku. And he says, Pi, you said, what is the difference between your elixir and Chinese elixir? Pi's elixir, you're guaranteed 70 trillion miles per hour. Chinese elixir, you're guaranteed only 30 to 40 trillion miles per hour. Yeah, that's true. Because their metal alloy has no human god who is alive that's morphing. Yeah, that's altering it at real time. And Pi, you won? Yeah, you won, Pi. The kid didn't believe you, Pi. Him thought that God's brain was calculating everything else through AI elixir. Yes, Pi is. The kid committed suicide near China and says they're nothing Pi Astro. I told that dog, yeah, but that bitch, what they Pi told time more. Told both the need the forehead King Cobra and it's just high low that shit. Yeah, told that they sold in the Pi. 我把下坡的个就没有怎么样，还是说老人家给了呀，个他到罗比就到。And right there told anyone that they saw, yeah. 200 years afterwards, you shut down the planet. Yeah, 100% to do. All the good people and civilians are moved to Mars. Yeah, that's true. The new space country. It's high tech. Yeah, it's high tech. Real alloy metal and everything. Yeah, it's clean. Yeah, it's clean. And then the metal moon planets are all cleaner. Yeah, that's true. Pi even go there to dwell and eat like how Pi do on Earth. Real. Pi not dare do that on Mars. That's correct. The garbage didn't believe you, Pi. 2 hours of the Knights doing that in front of her. And then the Knights are not human. Yeah, they're android. They can survive any kind of attack. Yeah, Yaku. Any kind of salt stance. And ray molecule salt stance. Cuts right through the nucleus. Yeah, they heal. And right afterwards, look at that, Pi. 4 hours of the rake wild and says, where? I don't see any other. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Pi. 2 hours of the fucking garbage in the Middle East talking, cut them up. Pi, yeah, 100% as we do. Yes, we did, yeah. Because everything's out of Pi's pocket and the Vang Demon's pocket. Yeah, that's 100% all the stores. And the Vang Spirit, Gold Rake Spirits. Yeah, that's true. After you have a bunch of silver, Pi, yeah, that restores our resources. Pi, yeah, that's true. Yes, we do. Yes, we did. The graphic scene is, Pi, 2 older generations of whites made fun of you only to find out that you passed. And then they scream because they themselves have no access to the four-sided star. Yep, DNA and superpower. Yeah. Pi, you did it, and then 5 hours later, you was the last four-sided star, the 6th generation. Yeah, the 6th gen. Yeah, that's true. Pi, best fight scene. Persia left you alone, and then he makes fun of the liar that didn't understand. His grandpa never fought those because they're so deadly. Yeah, that's true. Their alloy technology stance can kill your brain tissue within a few minutes, kid. Yeah, that's true. Pi has that. That's why Pi's not afraid of the fucking pretend war gods because of the melt Pi. Yeah, that's true.
But be careful by 9 hours protect me from the other old lady.
Yeah, 100% yes we do. Yes we do. Yeah, yes we did. Yeah, let me know my vein break spirit immediately. 100% yes we do. Yes we did. Yeah, 100%.